Hello students. So we continue further our discussion on case taking. Okay. So just to revise the previous aphorisms number 87, 88 and 89, the role of physician during case taking to form the totality of symptoms, and amongst the totality the most important are the characteristic symptoms, and characteristic symptoms they guide the selection of the simillimum. Now to complete the totality of symptoms, the physician has to acquire the information of patient sufferings. So after the patient has given the information, after his relatives have submitted the necessary information and remarked, and physician's job starts now, and he also observes the patient. Now, if at the end of the case taking, when he finds some symptoms are deficient in the data, he will complete the symptoms by inquiring certain questions. Now, this was in the aphorism number 86. Now, how he should conduct the inquiry was in the aphorism number 87. The clear cut instructions, no direct questions should be asked by the physician. He should ask general questions with in the terms of why, what, when, how. If he doesn't get perfect symptoms, can ask more precise questions. That's given in the aphorism number 89. Now we continue further our discussion on aphorism number 90. So here also instructions to the physician. Physician now has finished writing these particular symptoms. He has furnished the required data to form the totality of symptoms. He collected the information from patient and from his relatives, and he has done his own observations of patient's behavior during interview. Okay, so let's see what Dr. Hanneman further gives us the instructions for the physician during case taking. So the very detailed instructions given by Dr. Hanneman to the physician regarding what observations physician should do. Now, what are the observations? See the minute details. How the patient entered the your consulting room, how he behaved during his visit, was he sad, morose, hasty, anxious, calm, hopeful. So all the emotions the physician will observe on the patient while taking his case. Was he drowsy? Was he dull? Did he speak hoarsely? And how was the behavior of patient? How was patient's head thrown back, or was his mouth half open, or the arms placed above head? What other position? So while narrating about his sufferings, was patient looking down, or was there tears in his eyes, or was patient thinking? So all these observations should be noted very meticulously by the physician. What degree of liveliness and power in his expression of eyes? So so the expressions on the face very important. Was he sad? Was he lively? Was he very happy in narrating certain events? What was the emotions present in the patient at various instances? So patient's gestures and expressions are very important. So these are the observations to be done by the physician. And after the observation comes the part of examination by the physician. So now he will collect the signs up till now where the symptoms. Now he will see the color of the tongue, color of skin, color of eyes, color of face, the smell of his breath. Are the pupils dilated or contracted? What was the pulse? So physician completes the examination of patient. So thus 90 aphorism, it's giving the instructions to the physician with respect to the observations to be done during case taking and how to conduct the examination. Okay, so these 2 points, observation and examination, are discussed in aphorism number 90. So we proceed further. Now the instructions start for the physician that how to conduct the case taking during chronic diseases. The scope of homeopathy is best in chronic diseases. Now all of you know the definition of chronic disease, that they are having slow onset, they are having long duration, and vital force is dynamically deranged, right? And the fundamental cause is miasms. So in chronic diseases, symptoms of patient during current treatment do not furnish the pure picture of disease, and medicines modify the disease. Means what? See, patient who is suffering from chronic disease is under the treatment. So he is maybe under the treatment of allopathic medication. Okay, so there are certain symptoms which are produced because of medicines, what we call it as side effects. So the pure symptoms of patient sufferings may not be available, okay, for the physician. So pure symptoms before the start of treatment are important, but they are not available as he is undergoing certain treatment. Physician so can ask the patient to stop the medicines for few days. So if it is possible for the patient to stop the medicine, he will stop the medicine for few days, and then in the meantime he can give some non-medicinal substance like placebo, so that the symptoms which are produced by this allopathic medication disappear, and we get the pure picture of disease. We get the faithful picture of disease, what we call it as true picture of disease. Okay, so these are the instructions. First important instruction, that if it is possible to stop the allopathic treatment and in the meantime give some non-medicinal substance called as placebo, so that the side effects produced by these allopathic medicines, these symptoms will disappear and we will get the patient's original picture of disease. Okay, so we go further. Now in acute diseases, what is the condition in acute disease? As the acute disease is fast progressing, physician takes case taking of both. Means what? Symptoms formed during the treatment due to medicines, as can't stop the medicine because the patient's disease is now fast progressing. Symptoms of original disease and medicinal disease together form conjoint malady. So here in acute disease, as there is no time for the physician to ask the patient to stop his allopathic medication, as his acute disease is fast progressing, he will form the totality of both original disease as well as medicinal disease. This totality is called as conjoint malady. Now see what is to be done. The medicinal disease is more dangerous than natural disease. And one day physician can know the complete picture of disease and choice of simillimum is done on above totality. So one day we will get the original picture of disease and the choice of simillimum can be done on this totality. So conjoint malady, you have to give the your prescription in case of acute disease, and after some days the you may get the complete picture of disease, but till that time in acute disease no time should be wasted, and immediately the physician should prescribe the medicine to the patient as it is a fast progressing disease, and take the totality of both the symptoms, patient sufferings as well as certain symptoms produced by medicinal disease. For example, see, when the patient is having certain pains in the joints, the allopathic medication is in the form of painkillers. And it is seen that usually these painkillers they produce acidity. So patient, when such patient comes to us, he is having his original disease of arthritis and also of the disease of acidity. So symptoms of acidity will also they are also present. Thus, this will be a conjoint malady if such patient is suffering from any acute disease or any acute arthritic presentation. The physician will take the symptoms both of his original disease, say arthritis, and also of the symptoms of acidity produced by the effect of the painkillers. That is called as medicinal disease. This is called as conjoint malady. And how to treat this? You prescribe the simillimum on above totality. Okay, and there is a hope that one day the physician can know the complete picture of disease. Okay, and till that time he is going to do the choice of simillimum on this conjoint malady. So we go further. The next discussion on aphorism number 93 is on the most obvious cause. So I also want to take this in details. So that will be done in the next presentation. Okay. So thank you.